Hello, we are halfway through summer, and with that I do have the July board report. It was actually a pretty short meeting, as is pretty typical in July. First of all, under consent agenda, we had bills totaling $21,896,766. This seems like a very large amount, which it is, but I will always go back and check what did we spend the previous year, and last year at the same time we spent $20,510,332. So while it was up some, this is always our largest month of expenditures. Also under consent agenda, we did have the approval to let bids for district waste and recycling services. This is a bid that we typically put out every 5 years, and we are coming to the end of our 5-year term. Under Superintendent's Report, I did talk a little bit about summer school, and it went very well. So parents, thank you very much for entrusting your children to us during the summertime. Also, I did give a short report on Project Shine, and this is something that we do every summer, and again, it went very well. And we had a number of volunteers at Fairmount Elementary, at Truman High School, and at Hanthorne. So those of you who were able to participate, thank you very much for your involvement. The largest part of my superintendent report revolved around the assessed valuation in the school district. I did receive our preliminary AV in early July, so I am going to read off our AV numbers. They totaled for this upcoming year $1,558,861,301. This is actually a decrease of $75 million from what it was at this same time the previous year. Of our AV, as far as construction, it's $4,997,592 of the new construction. And then we also have what's TIFT, and that is tax increment financing. And another way of saying that, that is money that is abated, so we will not receive any tax revenue from that on that assessed valuation. And that totaled $10,497,458. So certainly not something that we were excited about seeing our AV drop, but just to look into the future, last year our finalized AV that we set our tax levy on was $1,587,290,981. So last year, because of so many protests, we did see our AV drop significantly. So if you look at what we received in July compared to what we had as final numbers last year, they're actually pretty comparable. Under new business, we did have the approval of the cash management resolution. This is something that we do every year, and it allows the school district to invest our idle funds, as well as sets forth who is able to do things such as writing checks or handling transfer of money. And this, again, is something that we do have to do every year. Item number 2 was the approval to purchase curriculum software for the district. This curriculum software was BrainPop. BrainPop is a program that we've used in K through 8 as a curriculum supplemental for the last 10 years. So we did have that bid, and it totaled $79,852.50. This did go up from what we paid last year, which it was $75,002. Item number 3 under new business was the approval of changes to Board of Education policies C140P and G235P. This was the second reading. Since we already did talk about those previously, I won't get into any details, but those did pass to go into effect immediately. And then the last thing, item number 4, was the approval of the request for the superintendent's evaluations for 2022 and 2023, including supporting documentation. There was an amendment on this to also include the superintendent evaluation for 2024, as well as the restriction that the evaluation and the supporting documents could only be viewed at central office, and there could be no photocopies, recording, or digital copies of the evaluation. as again, I said, it was a relatively short board meeting. We are quickly approaching school, so as a reminder to everyone, we have started enrollment, so please, it'll make it so much easier if you enroll your children as soon as possible. It also allows us to get bus transportation set and established for your child, so please do that as soon as you can. But with that, thank you for being a great supporter of the ISD, and have a great remainder of your summer.